Have you ever watched an athlete lose a match and somehow earn even more respect than the winner? Because that is exactly what happened in Berlin. The scoreboard may show that Alex Eala fell short in the semifinal. The record books will remember the result, but anyone who watched that battle unfold knows the truth. This was not a story about defeat. This was a story about courage, heart, and a young Filipina warrior refusing to back down against one of the toughest challenges of her career. And when the final point was played, something incredible happened. Fans were not talking about what Alex lost. They were talking about what she gained. Respect, admiration, and the belief that her biggest victories are still ahead. Coming into Berlin, expectations were already high. Tennis fans around the world had started paying attention to the rising star from the Philippines. Every tournament seemed to bring another breakthrough, another sign that she belonged among the sport's elite. But Berlin was different. Grass courts have always been one of the most challenging surfaces in tennis. The ball moves faster. Points develop differently. Timing becomes even more important. Experience often matters more than raw talent. Many young players struggle for years before they become comfortable on grass. Yet Alex Eala arrived with confidence. She arrived with momentum. And she arrived with something to prove. Round after round, she showed why the tennis world continues to believe in her future. Her movement was sharp. Her shot-making was fearless. Most importantly, she never looked intimidated. No matter who stood across the net. No matter how loud the crowd became. No matter how much pressure was on the moment. She kept fighting. She kept believing. And with every victory, excitement around her journey continued to grow. Suddenly, a semifinal appearance was within reach. Suddenly, the dream felt real. Suddenly, millions of Filipino fans were watching and hopping. Then came the semifinal. The kind of match that tests everything. Not just skill, not just fitness, but character. The opening moments immediately told everyone this would not be an easy afternoon. The intensity was visible from the very first rally. Every point felt important. Every game felt like a battle. Neither player wanted to give an inch. Alex stepped onto the court with the confidence that had carried her throughout the tournament. Her body language was positive. Her energy was strong. Her determination was impossible to miss. She was not there simply to participate. She was there to compete. And she showed it. Early in the match, she struck the ball with authority. Her ground strokes carried conviction. Her movement remained aggressive. She looked ready for the challenge. But great matches are rarely straightforward. Momentum shifted. Pressure increased. The rallies became longer. The stakes became higher. And that's where the true drama began. What makes Alex Eala special isn't just her talent. There are many talented players in professional tennis. What separates her is the way she responds when things become difficult. Some players begin to panic when momentum turns against them. Some players start playing cautiously. Some players lose belief. Alex does the opposite. The tougher the situation becomes, the harder she fights. And Berlin provided plenty of opportunities to showcase that fighting spirit. Whenever it looked like the match might slip away, she found another gear. Whenever her opponent seemed ready to take complete control, Alex responded. She chased down balls that looked impossible to reach. She produced winners from difficult positions. She forced her opponent to earn every single point. Nothing came easy. Absolutely nothing. The crowd could feel it. Fans watching from home could feel it. This was not a player accepting defeat. This was a player refusing to surrender. Every point carried emotion. Every game carried tension. Every moment felt significant. As the battle continued, it became clear that both players understood what was at stake. A place in the final. A chance at glory. An opportunity that doesn't come around every week. Yet Alex never allowed the occasion to overwhelm her. She remained composed. She remained focused. And perhaps most impressively, she continued to believe. That belief is powerful. Because tennis can be brutal. One bad game can change everything. One missed opportunity can haunt a player for weeks. One moment of doubt can alter the course of a match. Yet even when circumstances became difficult, Alex kept pushing forward. That resilience has become one of the defining characteristics of her career. Fans have seen it before. They've seen her battle back from difficult positions. They've seen her refuse to quit. They've seen her compete with a maturity far beyond her years. Berlin became another example. Another chapter in a story that continues to inspire millions. As the match entered its decisive stages, the tension reached another level. Every point mattered more. Every mistake felt bigger. Every opportunity became precious. The pressure was enormous. This is where experience often makes the difference. Veteran players understand how to navigate these moments. Young stars are still learning. Alex was learning in real time against world-class opposition. And despite the challenge, she never stopped competing. That's what impressed so many observers. Not the result. The response. Because champions are not defined solely by victories. They are defined by how they handle adversity. And Alex handled adversity with courage. There were moments when lesser players might have faded. She didn't. There were moments when frustration could have taken over. It didn't. There were moments when the easiest thing would have been to accept the outcome. She refused. Instead, she continued to attack. She continued to fight. She continued to believe. Point after point. Game after game. Until the very end. And that is why the match resonated with so many people. Because sports are about more than winning. They are about effort. They are about determination. They are about discovering who you are when everything becomes difficult. Berlin revealed a lot about Alex Eala. It revealed her toughness. It revealed her character. It revealed her future potential. Even in defeat, those qualities were impossible to ignore. When the final moments arrived, emotions filled the stadium. The battle had taken a physical toll. It had taken an emotional toll. Both players had left everything on the court. And eventually, the result was decided. Alex Eala's remarkable run came to an end. The dream of reaching the final would have to wait. But something beautiful happened afterward. Fans stood proud. Not disappointed. Proud. Proud of the way she competed. Proud of the way she represented the Philippines. Proud of the heart she displayed under pressure. Social media quickly filled with messages of support. Tennis fans praised her fighting spirit. Analysts praised her development. Supporters celebrated her journey. Because they understood what this tournament meant. This wasn't simply a semifinal appearance. It was another milestone. Another step forward. Another sign that Alex Eala belongs on the biggest stages in the sport. The gap between promising talent and established contender is often difficult to cross. Berlin suggested that Alex is getting closer. Much closer. Her confidence continues to grow. Her game continues to improve. Her experience continues to expand. And perhaps most importantly, her belief continues to strengthen. Those are dangerous qualities for future opponents. Because every great champion experiences painful losses. Every great champion experiences difficult lessons. Every great champion faces moments that test their resolve. The difference is what they do afterward. Do they become discouraged? Or do they become stronger? If Alex Eala's career has taught us anything, it's that she becomes stronger. Every challenge adds another layer to her development. Every setback becomes motivation. Every disappointment becomes fuel. That's why so many people remain excited about her future. The talent is obvious. The work ethic is obvious. The determination is obvious. And now the experience is growing as well. That combination can be incredibly powerful. As the tennis world looks ahead to the next tournaments, one thing feels certain. Alex Eala's story is far from finished. In many ways, it is only beginning. The semifinal in Berlin may not have ended with a trophy. It may not have ended with a place in the final. But it ended with something valuable. Proof. Proof that she can compete at this level. Proof that she can challenge elite opponents. Proof that she can handle pressure on major stages. Proof that her future remains incredibly bright. And perhaps that's why so many fans left feeling hopeful rather than disappointed. Because they saw something special. They saw a young athlete growing before their eyes. They saw a competitor who never stopped fighting. They saw a player whose best years are still ahead of her. Most importantly, they saw someone worthy of support, admiration, and respect. So yes, the result may not have gone her way. Yes, the final remains a dream for another day. But if Berlin taught us anything, it's this. Alex Eala doesn't need a trophy to make people proud. She doesn't need a title to inspire millions. She doesn't need a perfect ending to create unforgettable moments. Sometimes greatness is found in the fight itself. And in Berlin, Alex Eala gave everything she had. She battled until the very last point. She represented her country with pride. She earned the respect of tennis fans around the world. And while this chapter may have ended in heartbreak, the story is still being written. The next breakthrough could be around the corner. The next unforgettable victory could be just one tournament away. The next big celebration could arrive sooner than anyone expects. Because if there is one lesson from Berlin, it is this. Never count Alex Eala out. She may have left the court without the win, but she walked away with something equally important: the belief of an entire nation.